Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Lost Temple is a fun little party game, and when I did my written review, I got some heat for calling it a party game, but to me, that's what it is. It's citadels with a board. And to me, Citadels was a party game, and the fact that it's really easy to teach. We can sit around and make these decisions. It probably dragged on too long. The game itself was too long. I think that for a party game it was too long. And Lost Temple kind of helps out a little bit. The game moves a little bit quicker. You can play a shorter one if you want to. There's a shorter variant in the box. It's for more players, but you could definitely play that with less players. Just more luck would be in the game. You're dropping these cards with asymmetrical powers. Each one is different. They have the individual power. And sometimes you'll be guessing who took what. And it's really fun. It's light fluff, but there's some really back and forth in it. And there's some take that into it, but it's not draw a card. Ooh, look, I got 50 points and you lost 150 because I drew this card. It's more of a planning and strategic element to that take that, which I don't mind. I don't like random take that. You're moving through this path. It's a racing game also. There's a lot going on to I think people like. It's easy to teach, easy to play. Once you kind of get familiar with the 9 or 10 cards in the box, I think the game becomes better and better and better. A slight learning curve. You know, this isn't Race for the Galaxy or anything, but a slight learning curve because you just got to know there's 9 cards. But they're very simple, and a couple of them work kind of the same way, which makes it easier to pick up the game. So for me, this is going to be I'll give it a lukewarm keeper. I'm going to keep it as a party game. If this wouldn't be a party game for you, I would say, might be a sometime play or maybe a try before you buy. But if you're looking for a party game that's maybe a little bit more for gamers and you don't want to play concept or charades or something like that, this could be a party game where there's actual decisions being made, an actual game, but it's light and fluffy enough where you can enjoy it. Here's Lost Temple. The box is fairly portable. It's got the Indiana Jones motif going on. Definitely a Temple of Doom vibe going on. As you look inside, you're going to get a rule book, a board, a lot of oxygen, and very few components inside. The board is very colorful. You're going to see this little track going through down here. This is where the game will be played. It looks very beautiful and very striking artwork. The components will be made up of this big turn marker. You're going to get a bag full of these little gems that you've seen in games before. Have a whole bunch of these little tokens and tiles and widgets and gadgets and stuff. Cardboard is fine. These are going to be the people that you'll be moving, oddly shaped to say the least. You're going to have these in a number of different colors. And then you will have a deck of cards that will be utilized by all of the players. And you can see they all have the numbers on them that they'll be utilizing. Will come in a number of different languages. Up here you have the components, the idea of the game, and setup. The game round will be down here, character selection, and then the movement that you'll do. And then it'll give you a more detailed explanation of everything that's going on. And this is all you're going to have right here, the token effects and what they do. The rulebook is actually fairly good. I consider this a party game, and I think it works really well. Most of what you're doing is going to be fairly intuitive. So when you set up the game, what you'll do is you'll be randomly assigned one of these cards, and you'll be in the place. So this will put you on the number 1 spot, but you get no gems. Versus this one might put you in the 5th spot, but you get 3 gems to start the game out with. This one gives you a machete, spot in the 7th spot, and 3 gems. The way you play the game is these will be shuffled up. A number of these will be discarded based on the number of cards, and then the first player will get the deck that's left over. You will select one card and pass the one to the next person in line, who will then select a card and pass it on until everybody has one card to play. So let me show you what some of these cards will do. With the Shaman, you announce a character used to curse. When that cursed character will be called, you swap pawns with him. So maybe you pick the Craftsman, and whoever drafted the Craftsman, when that comes up, whoever they are, whether it's forward or backward, you will just swap spots with them very easily. Number 2 is the Thief. And what he's going to do is you announce a character other than the Shaman you wish to steal from. This character will be called. He would give you all his gems before starting his turn. Then you move forward 1 or 2 spaces. So you could announce somebody. Once again, I'll just use the Scout. If the Scout was picked, when it's his turn, you steal all of his gems and you move forward 1, or you can move 2 spaces. The next one is the Seer. You get to look at 2 face-down chance tokens and swap them if you want. Then you move 1 or 2 spaces. So I could look at these, see what they are, and then if I want to swap them, I can, for my strategy, move forward 1 or 2 spots. Number 4 is the Priest. You pay 2 gems. You get to move to the next temple spot. So I give up 2 of these gems that I have. and I would move to the next temple, which is right there, and he would move right ahead. Number 5 is the Elder. Pay 2 gems and move to the next village spot. Same thing, 2 gems, and let's say this guy would just move right there to the next village spot, so you can move quite ahead with the Elder. The Craftsman, get a machete token, then move forward 1 or 2. So you take one of these machete tokens, which you're going to use when you go through these 3 forest spots. You either have to give up a machete when you go through this spot, or you have to stop. Even if you have more movement to do, you have to stop there and wait your next turn to move. And then you just move 1 or 2 spots up. As for the Scout, you pay amount of gems and you move forward that many spots. So let's say the orange player had 3 gems he wanted to give up. He'd give those up and move 1, 2, 3. And you can share spots as many people as can fit there. Everybody can be on one spot. There's no limit. Number 8 is the Canoe. You pay all of your gems, move times that number of spots on the track, a max of 20 spots. So if you were saving up your gems, if you somebody with a lot with gems, well, guess what? They might pick the Canoe. In this case, you have 5. You can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots on the board. The Canoe can be very powerful. Number 9 is a Child. You move to catch up with the player just before you. This would be a great card for him to pick because he moved all the way up, and then he would get this chance token because he went over it. In this case, it would be a free machete. If you're playing with 6 to 8 players, you're racing to this point right here. If you're playing with 4 or 5 or 2 or 3, then you go all the way here to this temple, and that's how you would win the game. Who should buy this game? I would say this is for people who are gamers that want a lighter game that has some randomness in it, and you just kind of want to play cards and have some fun. Anybody who wants a racing game that's not about cars, you're racing through this archaeological site to get to the pyramid or whatever, and it works pretty good. I think this could be played with non-gamers. I mean, there's only really 9 to 10 cards that you need to know and what they do. At the end of the day, you don't really have to digest all those if you're just playing it casually, because you just look at the cards that are past you and decide which of those that you want to do. So it can work for a wide variety. It's not a gateway game. You know, a bunch of people who've never played games before probably is going to get together and play this. But if you have at least one person who kind of knows what's going on, this is something you could pull out on Thanksgiving, I feel like, and get people into and have a lot of fun. And the Indiana Jones type theme will come through for those people. So for me, it's going to be a keeper, but a party game keeper for me. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing games.